My name is David Brown, and I'm the director of this amazing masterpiece. I'm really proud of the actors who I have in this particular play. They've done a really good job. I'm really excited. So you're about ready to see 7 completely unconnected plays. Some of them are comedies, some of them are tragedies, some of them are kind of sweet, but I think they're all very enjoyable. I'm going to now go up to the light booth, and I'm going to run the lights, and so Mrs. Brown is going to take over. So it's lovely to see you guys.
Go run, roll. The directors of First Six, and Mr. Brown's forte is working one-on-one with students. So I hope your students, those of you who are family, have enjoyed that opportunity as much as he has enjoyed working with them. I directed the last show, which is just a crazy, nutty thing that isn't quite real, but those of you who've ever been a student in a classroom may see yourself in this play. Who knows? Just a couple of do's and don'ts. We appreciate that there are family here. We do have 2 families rolling to film. It will eventually be on the Pelican Rapids Theater YouTube channel. If you do feel you must film, which is fine, we ask that you not have lights on your camera. Please don't take any flash photography. That throws off the actors. If any of the actors forget their lines, you all have scripts underneath your seats. We expect you to laugh at Joe. Come on. You will be very, very close to them. They have never performed in front of an audience before other than Mr. Brown and myself. We had hoped to have last night as family-friendly audience. They didn't get it, so you're there first. We hope you enjoyed the show. Thank you again for coming, and mostly thank you for your support of the theater at Pelican Rapids.
Yes, it is. You always have something to say about everything I do. The way I fold my napkin.
The way you don't fold a napkin.
My sniffles?
You're sneezing!
There's always something you're complaining about.
That's not true!
Yes, it is.
No.
Yeah. Remember last week?
What last week?
The straw. You know, when you pull back the paper so it stays all scrunched up, and then put tiny drops of water on it. Yeah, and it squiggles like a snake!
It makes a mess all over the table!
But it's kind of neat, you gotta admit.
It's a mess. Water all over, wet paper stuck to the table.
Why can't you just accept me for me, the way I am?
We are what we do. You can control those things. You don't have to be a pig.
Now I'm a pig?
I didn't say you were one. All I said is you don't have to be one.
Oh, you so perfect? All you ever do is complain.
It's not complaining. It's constructive criticism.
Constructive?
I'm looking out for your welfare.
I think I'm old enough to take care of myself. Thank you very much.
Well, you're not old enough to be sitting still at the table.
I was perfectly fine at the table. You're the one who started the fuss. I was minding my own business.
Tearing off ketchup bottles. How infantile.
You know, I learned this really cool verse from the Bible. Unless you become as little children.
No, don't quote the Bible to me. And anyhow, that's not what it means.
How do you know what it means? Are you a priest or something?
You don't have to be a priest to know that that's not what that means.
Oh, pardon me, Mrs. Biblical Scholar.
Listen to yourself. You're childish.
Look, I was just sitting here minding my own business, not bothering anyone.
Tearing off ketchup bottle labels.
Perfectly content minding my own business.
Sitting here right in my face making a mess all over the table with those little bits of paper.
Get over it!
I will not get over it. There's no need to
No need to what? Complain about every little thing?
I'm not complaining. I'm trying to lead a decent life.
What's life got to do with a ketchup bottle?
Nothing. It's not the bottle. It's the label.
The label?
You know what I mean.
No, I don't know what you mean. I don't think you do either.
It's the principle of the thing. Look what you've done.
What have I done? Look at the bottle. So?
It has no label. How are you supposed to know what's in it?
What do you mean what's in there? It's ketchup.
But you took the label off.
So what? It's still ketchup.
But how am I supposed to know that?
Any moron can see that it's still ketchup.
So I'm a moron?
I can't say you were one. I just said that you don't have to be one.
It could be anything in this bottle. Hot Tabasco sauce.
It's ketchup. You can see it's ketchup. You can tell it's ketchup. It looks like ketchup. And it smells like ketchup. Come on. Give it a smell. Maybe it'll taste. You know you want to. Come on. Yeah. Come on. Smell it. Yeah. Go on. Smell it. You know you want to. Smell it. Yeah. Yeah, yeah. Come on. Yes, now doesn't that smell amazing? Go on. Taste it. Yeah, you heard me. Taste it. Come on. Taste it. You know you want to. Please, just taste it. Now doesn't that just taste amazing? What are you doing? Why are you putting ketchup all over your plate? What? Don't put your hands in there! That is disgusting! Stop! Your hands? Don't you dare touch me! Stop putting your hands in the ketchup! How could you do anything like that? Angel bolting! you ready to start class now? Sure. Good. Today, we are here to discuss survival skills. What will we do if faced with an uncontrollable threat? Werewolves? Vampires? Zombies.
Zombies? I'm sick of hearing about zombies.
They're so cliche.
Zombies aren't that difficult to deal with either. They move like miles an hour. You can't really step out of their way when they're coming.
Now the vampires, they're the scary ones. They can move with lightning speed, sneak right up on you. It's so exciting.
Werewolves are way cooler. Think of all that power.
Fine, then we'll talk about gremlins.
Gremlins?
Oh my gosh. Has there been any gremlin race? Has there? A few in Chicago. Man, that's boring.
How was that one?
It was very hush-hush. They don't want people to panic. Man, gremlins are such nasty little creatures.
Totally are. Hard to get rid of.
They make such a mess. Good, so we'll talk about gremlins. You know, a vampire could probably outrun a gremlin though.
So could a werewolf.
Focus, people. First of all, I want everyone to check their security cameras. Make sure you have good coverage at all your entrance points. One missed angle or corner allows for a gremlin to slip through. Vampires are very good at doing that.
A werewolf could just rip the camera off the wall.
Next, you want to improve your lighting. Don't allow for any dark corners where gremlins can lurk. They love the shadows. Vampires do too.
Werewolves are so big, they make their own shadows.
Next, you want to install pan buttons on your computer keyboards and on your desks. You'll want to be able to alert our security forces as quickly as possible. Often, there isn't time for a text or phone call, so pan buttons allow for a quick response.
Unless it's zombies.
You have a good hour for something through that door and down a hallway. Gremlins are quick. They won't give you a moment to think twice about what you do. You have to prepare and train, because any hesitation will put you in danger. You want your staff's reactions to be second nature. Otherwise, they panic and you lose them to the other side. You know, my grandma's a vampire now.
It's not something you should be bragging about.
Why wouldn't you brag about it? You want your staff to be aware of all your escape routes. It's best to get as many people as possible out of the area so our security team can move in and eliminate the threat without any potential casualties getting in the line of fire. But how can you ever outrun a gremlin? They're like so fast. You don't. If you can't escape safely, then hide. Gremlins are light and motion sensitive. Your best defense is to hide in a dark room that you can lock. If the door doesn't lock, then blockade it with heavy furniture. And keep your cell phones off. The light will attract them. You're probably blind to vampires like yourself. If you're certain you won't be detected, then call our security forces. Give them the location of our gremlin infestation and potential number of victims in the area. Details, 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 details. The more we know about our enemy, the better prepared we can be.
Be prepared. That's my motto.
You just made that up yourself, huh?
Yeah? What about it?
You're so clever and original.
Say it. I know.
When our security team arrives, make sure to stay calm and show them your hands. The hands are the key to anyone who's been infected by gremlins. What happens if you're infected?
You don't want to know.
Maybe I do want to know.
Trust me, it isn't pretty.
I don't care. When you're infected, you'll have gremlins growing inside you. When they fully mature,
Here it comes.
they eat their way out. I'm so sorry I asked. So make sure to keep your hands free and leave behind all your belongings. You don't want any gremlins sneaking in your bags or purses. But what happens if it's like a designer stuff? Leave it. Oh, it's like really expensive.
Especially if it's really expensive.
Avoid sudden movements. Our security team reacts to any quick motions. Gremlins are fast and require lightning reflexes. So move slowly around security. And don't be a screamer. Don't look at me. That will attract the gremlins and make security's job harder.
So, if you're so smart, then what happens if you're stuck in the shelter for a long time?
Well, since you clearly don't know the answer, you probably didn't study, I'm guessing. You should have plenty of water stored in your shelters. 1 gallon per person per day. And don't throw the water on the rocks. It's not pretty.
Is it free to throw water on witches though?
Yes.
Gremlins no, witches yes.
Store at least a 3-day supply of non-perishable food, the approximate time it takes for a complete gremlin cleanup. Most other creatures can be cleaned up in after 3 days or less. What monster is the fastest to clean up?
Ghosts.
Actually, ghosts can be pretty messy if they're ectoplasmic.
Good point.
That's why you're the expert.
Stop frowning over it.
I'm not. A whistle's handy in your emergency kit in case you're trapped and need to get security's attention.
What about a wolf whistle?
Isn't a wolf whistle where like a boy werewolf really likes a girl werewolf and he goes,
Very funny.
that's the...
Why are you always talking about vampires so much?
Maybe because I am a vampire! Ah! I was just kidding! Man, she's crazy. Insane. He doesn't take a joke anymore. I don't think he's gonna take his job. Well, that concludes our seminar. Stay safe. Oh, whatever.
Just have a seat, sugar. I'll be with you in a minute. Oh my gosh, you look like that dude tricked him. Oh my god. It was hilarious. Oh, I love that. Coffee. All right, there you go. I'll be right over there for you, honey. How are you today? Good. All right. Would you like some coffee and sweet tea?
Yes.
Here you go. I'll be over there after you. They're made out of meat. 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 They're made out of meat. Meat. There's no doubt about it. We picked up several from different parts of the planet, took them aboard our recon vessels, and probed them all the way through. They're completely meat. That's impossible. What about the radio signals? Messages to the stars? They use the radio waves to talk, but the signals don't come from them. They come from the machines.
So, who made the machines? That's who we want to contact.
They made the machines. That's what I've been trying to tell you. Meat made the machines.
That's ridiculous. How can meat make a machine? You're asking me to believe in sentient meat.
I'm not asking you. I'm telling you. These creatures are the only sentient race in that sector, and they're completely meat.
What if they're like the Orpholli, a carbon-based intelligence that goes through a meat stage?
Nope. They're born meat, and they die meat. We studied them for several of their lifespans, which didn't take long. Do you have any idea what's the lifespan of meat?
Barely. Okay, maybe they're only part meat, like the Weddling, a meat head with electron plasma brain inside.
Nope, we thought of that, since they do have meat heads, like the Weddling. But I told you, we probed them, their meat, all the way through.
What's your problem, dude?
Nice tie.
Why are you wearing sunglasses? It's like so dog out.
No brain.
Oh, there's a brain, all right. It's just that the brain is made out of meat. And that's what I've been trying to tell you.
So, what does the thinking?
You're not understanding, are you? You're refusing to deal with what I'm telling you. The meat does the thinking. The brain.
Thinking meat! You're asking me to believe in thinking meat!
Yes! Thinking meat! Conscious meat! Loving meat! Dreaming meat! The meat is the whole deal! Are you beginning to get the picture? Or do I have to start all over?
Oh my god. You're serious then? They're made out of meat?
Yes! Thank you! Finally! They are indeed made out of meat. And they've been trying to get in contact with us for almost 100 of their years.
Oh my god. What does this meat have in mind?
First, it wants to talk to us. Then I'd imagine it wants to explore the universe, contact other sentiences, swap ideas and information. The usual.
We're supposed to talk to meat?
That's the idea. That's the message they're sending out by radio. Hello? 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 Anybody out there? Anybody home? That sort of thing.
So, they actually do talk then? They use words, ideas, concepts?
Oh, yes. Except they do it with meat.
You just tell me they use radio.
They do. But what do you think is on the radio? Meat sounds. You know how when you flap or slap meat, it makes a noise? They talk by flapping their meat at each other. They can even sing by squirting air through their meat.
I wear my sunglasses at night, so I can watch you eat and read your storyline.
Oh my. Singing meat. This is altogether too much. What do you advise?
Officially or unofficially?
Both.
Officially, we are required to contact and welcome any and all sentiences in this quadrant of the universe, without prejudice, fear, or favor. Unofficially, I advise we erase the records and forget the whole thing.
I was hoping you would say that.
It seems harsh, but there's a limit. Do we really want to make contact with meat?
I agree 100%. Besides, what's there to say? Hello, meat! How's it going? But will this work? How many planets are we dealing with here?
Just one. They can travel to other planets in special meat containers, but they can't live on them. And, being meat, they can only travel through sea space, which limits them to the speed of light, and makes the possibility of their ever making contact pretty slim. Infinitely small, in fact.
Good, good, good. So, we just pretend there's no one home in the universe.
You got it.
That's brutal. But you said it yourself. Who wants to meet? Meet. And the ones who've been aboard our vessels, the ones you probed, you're sure they won't remember anything.
They'll be considered crackpots if they do. We went into their heads and smoothed out their brain so that we're just a dream to them.
A dream to meet. How strangely appropriate that we should be a meat's dream.
And so we marked the entire sector unoccupied.
Good. Agreed. Officially and unofficially. Case closed. Any others? Anyone else interesting on that side of the galaxy?
Yes. A rather sweet but shy hydrogen core cluster intelligence was in contact 2 galactic rotations ago. Wants to be friendly again.
They always come around.
And why not? Imagine how unbearably, how unutterably cold the universe must be if one were all alone.
Jewel thieves? Well, there's the question.
Indeed, ma'am, but where is the answer?
Well, I can definitely say I have seen neither cat burglar or jewel thief this evening.
I see. You would know it if you saw one, wouldn't you, ma'am?
Most definitely. In the films, they're usually dressed in a stripy shirt, wear a Lone Ranger mask, and carrying a bag of loot over their shoulder.
I see. And you say you haven't seen anyone dressed like that this evening?
Certainly not. No. 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 Wait. Now that you mention it, I do recall seeing someone earlier this evening. Yes, I just happened to be passing a jeweler shop. Da-da-da-da-da. I happened to glance inside, and there was this person inside, staring back at me, dressed exactly as you say.
I didn't say, ma'am. You did.
I did? Well, she was dressed like that anyways.
You don't think it was a reflection, do you, ma'am?
A reflection of what? Today's fashions, possibly?
No, ma'am. Not a reflection on what. A reflection of what.
A reflection of what?
Well, ma'am. Of you. After all, you are dressed like we have discussed.
Ah. That sort of reflection. Now I see where you're getting at. You know, you really should learn how to express yourself a little clearer. And we wouldn't have these misunderstandings. Now, would we?
Possibly not. So, about the reflection?
Yes. She or he was carrying her or his bag on the opposite shoulder. And see, I had mine on my right shoulder. She or he was carrying her or his bag on the left shoulder. So it couldn't have been me, could it?
May I ask you to look inside your bag?
You can ask me anything at all. I've got something inside my bag. After all, I already know what's inside it. I packed it myself. As they say at the airport.
Yes, ma'am. But besides that, I would like to have a look inside your bag.
We want to look inside it, do you? You see, you're still not expressing yourself clearly. You really need to work on that if you don't mind me saying. And no, I don't mind the slightest if you want to look inside my bag. But is there any particular reason why you wish to do so?
Not at all. Other than the fact that it says
Does it say loot?
Yes, ma'am. L-O-O-T.
Yes, that's my son.
What is it, ma'am?
L-O-O-T, loot.
You mean that's his name?
No. Now you're being silly. Who would the right man who'd call their son loot?
So are you trying to say your son's a big man, ma'am?
Good Lord, no. Now you're being even sillier. Besides, he is much too big. He'd never fit. Come on, really?
So what are you trying to say then, ma'am?
About what?
About your son and the bag?
Sorry, not with you. Try again.
Well, ma'am, you are attempting to explain what the bag and labeled loot has got to do with your son.
Oh, that.
Yes, ma'am, that. You're telling me how your son fits into.
You're not listening, are you? I've already told you. My son is not in the bag.
Yes, ma'am, I know your son's not in the bag, but I wish to know how he fits into the situation.
Which situation is this?
If you recall, ma'am, I asked you why the bag says loot on it, and you replied, "Ah, that's my son."
What an excellent memory you have, officer. I'm impressed. I'm surprised you're not a sergeant already.
That is most generous of you, ma'am, and I testify your concern, but that is totally unnecessary.
If you say so.
Yes, ma'am, I do say so. Now, if we can continue with the subject of your bag.
What's the question?
Well, ma'am, at risk of boring you, I asked you why the bag says loot on it.
I thought I explained that, officer. I remember telling you that that would be my son.
Yes, ma'am, I remember it well, but what I don't understand is why it would be your son.
It's all very straightforward, officer. I don't quite get what you don't understand. I asked my son to label the bag so I would know what's inside it.
At last! Thank you, ma'am. And what's inside it?
Turnips.
Turnips?
Turnips. Would you like to explain?
Well, ma'am, I really wish you would explain. It would be most interesting and possibly even enlightening to hear your explanation.
Well, I asked my son to label the bag so I know what's inside it. But he's got something now. What do you call it when you can't spell properly? Anorexic?
No, ma'am. Dyslexic. Anorexic is something entirely different.
Well, I didn't know that. You know, you're way too far clever to kind of beat, officer. I can almost see those scarlet stripes on your shoulder as we speak.
Be that as it may, and you say the bag contains turnips
Absolutely.
and not loot.
Loot? I'm not familiar with that one. I should explain that I've only taken up gardening very recently, and I am only up to date on the latest developments in vegetables. And I'm definitely not familiar with loot. Some sort of new root vegetable? Maybe genetically modified, perhaps?
No, ma'am.
Well, you say that with such certainty that I am obligated to believe you. But I'm sorry, I've only got turnips. Just turnips. Only turnips. Plain old turnips.
Turnips.
Turnips. Turnips.
I suddenly feel very tired, ma'am. I think I'll be on my way.
Phew. I thought you had me there for a moment.
One further question, if I may.
Of course you may.
Are you telling me the entire truth
About what?
about everything?
Yeah. Not quite. I do have something to confess. I also have some cauliflowers in my bag.
Cauliflowers. Thank you.
And
Yes, ma'am?
a few Brussels sprouts.
I
And a few carrots as well.
Of course, your carrots. And I approve.
something.
Like what?
Want to climb a railroad bridge? Cross a river?
We're too old to climb a railroad bridge.
Go swimming in the old man's pool?
He's always watching.
So,
It's undignified.
we'll go to the lake.
The police will catch us.
But they haven't all summer.
We haven't gone all summer.
So they won't expect us.
There's no lifeguard.
So, we can still swim.
It's cold.
That will make the water feel warm, like swimming in velvet.
But there's no lifeguard.
So, forgot how to swim.
What if we drowned here? Our bodies would get caught into the weeping well in the water. No one would find us for weeks.
We won't go near that tree.
But there's no lifeguard.
So, you forgot how to swim?
No.
Let's go. I'm tired. Swimming is like resting itself.
What if that rapist with the mustache and beady eyes is out there?
He's in jail.
What if there's another? Beady-eyed rapists are a dime a dozen. A copycat crazy.
Black water, black night. He won't even notice us.
Our skin glows like a 60-watt bulb at night.
The water will cover us.
He'll come in after us.
Rapist can't swim so good.
He'll get us on the beach.
You can run, can't you?
He has a fast car.
You can hide, can't you?
He carries a flashlight.
You can fight, can't you?
He's bigger than me.
You can scream, can't you?
No one will hear you.
I'll hear you. 2 against 1.
What if there are 2 or 3? Are they crazy hiding behind the weeping willow tree waiting for us?
We won't go near that tree.
What if there are 2?
What if? There are none.
I can't.
You scared?
Yes.
Admit it.
I do.
Say it.
I'm scared.
Don't be.
Why not?
Because it's a beautiful night for a swim.
It is?
The water. It will be like swimming in black velvet because the air is so cool. And the lake, it'll be all ours because everyone is locked up in sea. And there won't be any crazies because I have a feeling. It's a beautiful night for a swim.
The police.
It won't be the same ones.
What if it is?
They change their.
What if they haven't? What will you do if the police do come?
I will hide under the weeping willow tree branches that graze the water.
You said we wouldn't go anywhere near that tree.
Then I'll swim out to the middle of the lake and tread water till they leave.
Your legs will tire. You'll drown like the bear just going.
I am a strong swimmer.
They'll come in after you.
They won't get their uniforms wet.
They could take off their uniforms.
Then it wouldn't be cops.
But if they were cops, what would they say?
Lucky for you.
Lucky for you, it was just cops that found you, not some crazy sicko.
Murderers keeping top.
Rapists.
What were you two thinking? Swimming out after midnight with no lifeguard?
What if a storm came in and lightning struck the lake?
Why, you'd be electrocuted.
What were you two really thinking about swimming in the dark?
You could catch a chill and die of pneumonia.
It's cold out with no sun.
And before they can say, now run along home, girls,
Before we call your parents.
we'll just stare at them, but we won't say a word.
We won't?
We won't stoop down to their talking nonsense. We'll just press them with our knowing eyes, and then they'll know that we know better.
We know all about swimming at midnight.
Warm, black water, black sky, no flashlights to trash the darkness, one moon, some stars, and a weeping willow tree. A perfectly beautiful night for a swim.
Staying there, dripping wet, we will not cry.
We will not.
I can't.
Why?
The floorboards creak. They'll wake up.
Tiptoe,
My parents have radar.
climb out the window.
There's nothing to climb.
Jump.
It's a long way down.
Just bend your knees when you land.
Will you catch me?
You're too old for catching.
Just jump and bend my knees?
I don't like to swim alone.
It is a beautiful night for a swim.
Mine. Jump! Okay, Loretta, come back in and try it again for a third time.
Problem, Loretta?
Oh, no problem.
I just think you're a little stuck. Stuck?
Yeah.
And why is that?
You see, her hair's cut.
Caught where?
In my watch band?
Didn't I tell you? You couldn't wear jewelry when you were on a job?
Oh, yeah, you did, but
Of any kind? Including rings, bracelets, necklaces, and what else, Loretta?
watches?
That's right. So maybe you'd like to just take a minute here and explain to me why it is that you're standing here with that girl's hair stuck in your watch band.
Listen, Mavis, I can explain.
Oh, I have just about had it with you, pal. You know that? Take 5 for answering in.
See, I just wanted to time myself.
You don't need to time yourself. If you've got your act together and you're not wearing anything that will slow you down, you'll be in and out in just a couple of seconds. You don't need a watch.
But I got the tooth.
I don't care if you got the tooth. You had a girl's entire head stuck to your arm.
I'll do better next time.
Loretta. Let me explain something to you. In 2 days, I'm going to officially retire. That means in 2 days, the world is going to be needing a new tooth fairy. I have to be honest with you. As a prospective replacement, you're just not working out.
It's because I'm Hispanic, isn't it?
Loretta! The bureau said you weren't allowed to fire me for that. That diverse recommendation definition or something like that.
Loretta! Listen, I'll get the legal department in on this if I have to. I have my rights. Loretta, it's not a racial thing. You suck. We've been at this for 6 months. You still get your head caught in windows on your orientation. You panicked when a child rolled over and ended up locking yourself in a closet. Last week, you gave $5.50 to a kid who put chiclets under his pearl. Loretta, these are not outstanding qualities in a tooth fairy. But I really want to be the tooth fairy. You do, huh? Loretta, why are you even applying for this job? I've been trying to break into the mythological icon racket for years now. I've taken every single opportunity that's came my way. What kind of opportunity? Well, this one time, I made it all the way to I got to be a Santa Phil in this one year. I made it all the way to my first solo flight with the sleigh. What happened? Oh, well, you see, it was one of those unfortunate Caroline reindeer things, you know. You know. What else? I'd rather not swallow my hat, if that's all right with you. I need to practice on being the best darn tooth fairy to ever bag my cuspid. You're really serious about this, aren't you? You bet. Oh, all right. Let's give it another shot. Great. You get to the house. What's the first thing you do?
Double check the address.
I doubt if you can make that mistake 3 times in a row. But you're right. Better play it safe and double check the address. After that,
Climb through the window. Well, silently. Enter via the window.
before that.
Before? Oh, geez, right. Open the window. That won't happen again.
They're almost anyway. Next.
Locate the child's room.
Good. Now, using your last run as a blueprint for avoiding problems, tell me what you're going to do.
I'm going to cross the room carefully.
Watching out for
Loose toys.
and
Wiener dogs.
then
Approach the child carefully. From the left side.
so we can use our
Right hand.
and if we have to duck, we'll be facing the
Foot of the bed.
and we won't end up slamming our
Face.
into the
Nightstand.
good.
Still kind of hurts.
Next.
Next, gently retrieve the tooth or teeth from under the pillow and put it into the green bag and grab some of the money from the red bag.
Rate of exchange.
Baby teeth, a nickel. Incisors, cane, bicuspids, and canines. Dime. And then, molars, a quarter.
Good. What should you do if the child begins to awaken while you're making the transaction?
Well, what you should not do is try and muffle his screams with the pillow.
As we now know,
It just panics them,
indeed.
and it doesn't do a whole lot for my nerves either.
So,
So, throw some change on the bed and run. Pretend it's all just a dream. Hit him with the lamp. Bang! Am I getting warm?
disappear. Disappear. You moron. Disappear. Why do you think we gave you that little bag of disappearing powder?
Huh? Disappearing. Oh, you mean that little silver bag? I dropped that in my driveway a couple of days ago. Hey, maybe my car wasn't stolen after all. Mavis, why are you crying?
Oh, I
joke. Loretta.
Geez, you really mean that?
Could you just do me one favor? Sure. Go stand over there. Further. Further. Loretta, I'm going to be brutally honest with you.
Uh-oh.
What?
That's exactly how Santa started.
Listen, some folks just aren't cut out to be mythological icons. Why, I can't tell you how many bunnies they went through before they found one that could take egg and actually make it look like something.
I feel it's only fair to warn you. I have a contract.
Oh, what?
A contract drawn up by the Bureau that specifically states I must be provided as an MI within 6 months, period. It's ironclad.
Loretta, be reasonable.
Either I'm working as a mythological icon within 6 months, or you'll be looking at a lawsuit bigger than all the teeth in China. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have to go find my car.
Boogeyman, please. Bugs, Mavis, house tricks. Great, say listen. You're looking to retire next month, right? I got a deal for you.
Test today. Too hard. Too soft. Just right. I have your pencil. Give it back. No. You have to. It's mine. What do you want? But it's mine. Give it back. Right there. I think it's 2:10.
This is a test. For the next 10 minutes, this classroom will conduct a test of your emergency information retrieval system. This is only a test.
I shouldn't be here. I'm not ready. You're fine. No. I should have studied more. I should have slept more. Stop it. It's too late to study now. You either know it or you don't. The best thing you can do right now is just relax.
might be accepted into. It might help if you didn't think of this as a test so much as you thought of it as your future. Your future in 58 minutes. Any last minute questions? Chris.
What was Thomas Edison's middle name?
Alva. But don't worry, that's not on the test. Anything else? Any other questions? All right, let's get going. Think carefully about each question, and be sure not to leave anything blank. Most of the questions come right off the review sheet, so if you studied them, you'll be fine.
Review sheets?
Yes, these. I handed them out last week. Didn't you get them?
No.
I don't know how that could have happened. Were you here last Monday?
Of course.
I don't understand. Everyone who did get a review sheet, raise your hands. That's a shame, but do your best, Alan. I'm sure you'll do fine. Is everyone almost ready? You have 57 minutes to take this test. Begin.
Section 1, multiple choice. Question 1. In what year was the Battle of Hastings? A. 1062.
No.
B. 1063.
No.
C. 1064.
No.
D. 1065.
No.
E. 1067.
What?
What happened in 1066?
Can I have another test sheet, please?
Of course.
What happened in 1066?
Chris,
How much time do we have left?
53 minutes.
Where is 1066?
Alan,
What? No, I'm not having any
Essay question, 30 points. Opinion essay.
Opinion essay? This'll be brief. Oh no. Oh no. Miss Williams! Yes? This essay question.
Oh, what about
It's in Chinese.
it? Yes.
I don't speak Chinese.
And why is that?
I speak English.
And why don't you know Chinese?
I never learned it.
Never.
No.
This must be an attendance problem.
Attendance. I never asked this. You know that.
What about last Tuesday?
Tuesday. Oh, that's right. I missed this period. I had a dental appointment.
Aha! We learned Chinese on Tuesday.
The only day I ever missed.
I'm very sorry about that, Alan. But you know the policy on making up missing work? Any and all students are responsible for any classwork missed, for any reason, including medical emergencies, family vacations, and dental appointments. I'm very sorry about that, Alan. Or should I say, Bachin Island. Tao. Naima.
Wait. This can't be happening. This is a nightmare.
Multiple choice question. Which of Alan Waylandfield's shortcomings do you find the most annoying? A. The way he shuffles when he walks. B. His poor posture. C. His bad breath. D. His irritating laugh. E. His sloppy attire. F. His whiny little voice. G. His bizarre sense of humor. H. His dismal standardized test scores. I. The extremely embarrassing personal problem which Alan confided to the school counselor.
I object to the multiple choice question.
Me too.
I do too. It's biased and it's mean.
And it's too hard. You pick just one of these.
And furthermore, it's subjective.
And incomplete.
This could just be a partial list.
All right, calm down. I'll tell you what. Let's strike the question. I'll keep the number of points the same. Now, I didn't really want to tell you this earlier, but I was thinking, since it's so much work for me to make these tests, then give them to you, and then grade them, and put them in the grade book, I was just thinking that the grade you get here is the grade you get for the course.
This concludes our test of your emergency information retrieval system. The teachers in your area, in voluntary cooperation with parents, the school board, and local authorities, have combined to bring you this test. We now resume our regular scheduled life.